US Labour Secretary says corporate greed is responsible for a worldwide increase in child labour. A new report from the Labour Department says that for the first time in decades, the problem is getting worse. The pandemic has forced schools to close, and of course, many parents have lost their jobs. Yet, Marty Walsh told me it's companies who deserve much of the blame.
Quite honestly, in a lot of ways, it comes down to, in my opinion, greed, corporate greed, by taking advantage of these young people. This is a horrible situation, and we have a lot of work to do in this area.
It's not only in the developing world, is it? Because there are many, we know from the CNN Freedom Project, there are many examples in the developed world, the advanced economies, including, of course, the EU and the United States.
Yeah, I know it is, and that's where I think the corporate greed comes into play. I mean, the fact that we have little kids that should be in school, getting educated, getting an opportunity to be able to fulfill their life, all their dreams, and to see a report like this. I mean, obviously, in my last role as mayor of Boston, we didn't have a lot of conversations around child labor. There was a lot of laws and protections in the city of Boston, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, but when I assumed this role as Secretary of Labor, that's one of the areas that I was really alarmed by and shocked by. I had seen these reports before, but now I have hopefully a real opportunity to make a significant difference around the country. Yesterday we talked about the report, and the next step now is how do we go back, move this pendulum back the other way again.
Corporate greed. I'm focusing on this because I do sort of believe that that corporations are a large part of the answer, because if they didn't pay for the product, then it wouldn't happen.
No, that's true. And when I say corporate greed, I'm talking about the end result, the end product, the product that's on the shelves, the product that's being sold. And many of these companies are making good revenue, good money with these products, and I don't begrudge them. Many of the top echelon people of these companies make good money, and I don't begrudge them either. But I want them to be cognizant of the fact that their product, some part of their product, is made by child labor or produced by child labor, and they have an opportunity, a real opportunity. And I think we have to bring these corporations to the table with us, because they can be the biggest influence in changing this form of abuse, quite honestly, to our kids.
If we look back finally at your the child labor, it's been with us for centuries. There have been so many numerous attempts to deal with it. I guess I'm asking, is there some hope, bearing in mind the steps that things went backwards last year? So is there hope?
There's always hope, and I think that we have to keep that at the forefront. This is going to be a big challenge for us in the world. It's not just an American issue; it's a worldwide issue. But I think that we have to continue to move a day at a time to push back and combat on child labor.